today, Wing Commander Jace Walker. Jace, in his third year as a team leader, is a former Tornado GR1 and GR4 pilot. The GR1 and GR4 see 19 continuous years of operational service, and it's just recently taken over operations in Afghanistan, supporting coalition troops on the ground there. It's very important work. Jace is also a former Tucano display pilot, and he did a former tour with the Red Arrows in 2000 to 2002. He's a keen kite surfer and windsurfer, and he also likes to play a bit of piano. He only knows how to play one song, and that's Angels by Robbie Williams. Of course, you're going to have to learn some more. Jace has called the team now into Phoenix formation. This is our widest formation, a line abreast, and between the outside men there are some 300 feet. It's a difficult formation to fly. When Jace rolls at the front, the outside men not only have to roll to match him, but they've got to make big pitch changes and big power changes to maintain position. So as they come around the front here, tightening to 4G in this bend, the red, white and blue smoke comes on for the Phoenix bend. Towards us now, you'll see the formation change to Big Vixen. The Phoenix wings are going to sweep back. And sitting just to the right of the leader is Lieutenant Zane Sennett, the first of 3 first-year pilots we have on the team this year. Now, Zane is the second best-looking man on the team, after me, that is. Or at least that's what I tell him. He went to Cranley School near Guildford in Surrey. He's got a degree in geography, and he joined the Royal Air Force and went on to fly the Harrier GR7. The GR7's had a very busy operational period, most recently out in Afghanistan, and they've just returned from very trying times out there. Zane, therefore, seen an awful lot of operational experience. Jace Coulson. The aircraft here, faster there. Feet. All these manoeuvres run at about 400 miles an hour. Sitting just to the left of Jace, the leader there, is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Dave Montenegro, known as Monty. Monty was born in Bogota, Colombia, and came back to the UK when he was 1, and he grew up in Beckenham, Kent. After a degree at Manchester, he went on to fly the Tornado S3 with the Royal Air Force, after he'd completed a tour as a flying instructor on the Hawk. He's a keen footballer, cricketer, and he loves skiing, although we don't let him do it while he's on the Red Arrows, in case he breaks a leg. And this is his first year on the team. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Diamond Chicane. Jace has just called the Concorde formation now. One of my favourites, this one. Obviously named after the supersonic airliner that everybody loves so much, and a great piece of Anglo-French engineering. As the team's photo chase pilot, I'm lucky enough to be flying around them during display practices when they're in this formation, and you can almost feel like you're flying next to the real thing. So even if we don't get to see the real Concorde fly anymore, well, in the Red Arrows we still love to do it for you today. So as they tighten up in a 4G bend, 400 miles an hour, the Concorde bends. By reference to the lead aircraft alone. So they're looking at Jace at the front there. As you can imagine, they only get to see their wingman out the corner of their eye, so that requires an awful lot of trust between the pilots. That's why we spend 8 months of the year, over the winter period, building up that trust, flying 3 times a day to produce the performance you see here today. So coming in now in Apollo formation, named after the lunar landing craft of the Apollo space missions 40 years ago this year, for the Apollo roll. And on bumpy days, like it is today, some of the pilots towards the back of the formation only get fleeting glances of Jace at the front. So you can imagine how difficult that must be. That's why we put the more experienced pilots towards the wider and further backward positions in the team. As they pull up on the right-hand side, the lowest man as we look at them on the far right-hand side is Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Dave Davis, known as Horse, not telling you why. Horse grew up in Colwyn Bay, North Wales, and joined the Royal Air Force where he went on to fly the Tornado F3, providing UK's air defence capability. Most recently he was a flying instructor on the Hawk at RAF Valley, where we teach our future fast jet pilots. And last year he was the solo Hawk display pilot. So you may have seen him last year already. Well, now you're going to get to see him and Red 5 roar back as they form Typhoon. Red 4 and 5 roar back to form Typhoon. Typhoon's obviously named after the Royal Air Force's newest fighter aircraft, and an aircraft that you're going to see flown by Scott Lockwood after this display. Very impressive aircraft it is too, and it's got a big future ahead of it with the Royal Air Force. It's now operational in both air-to-air and air-to-ground roles, and it's a cracking aircraft to fly, I'm told. The pilots have that loop there a mile above us. And as they come down the hill here, their speed's building to 400 miles an hour and they're pulling 4G now. Now you can probably hear from some of these commands that Jace is giving that the pilots are receiving emphasis on certain syllables of Jace's commands. There's a good reason for that. In these big formations, if the pilots aren't able to anticipate the control inputs they need to maintain formation, then the formation would have lag to it, and it would look flabby, for want of a better expression. So that's why Jace emphasises certain syllables of the command. He's called them into chevron formation now, and we'll see how this works for the chevron roll. And that's how it's done. Alright, there's a bit more to it than that. A lot of training and a lot of skill. Sitting at the very front left of the chevron is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Simon Ray. His wife Mandy's in the audience watching today. Hello to you, Mandy. Kermit, as he's known, is one of 2 New Zealand pilots we have on the team. He joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force in 1999. The pilots were all acknowledging the change to no, that was Red 7, the noisiest man on the team at the air calling aboard. Back to Kermit. Kermit joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force and he went on to fly the Skyhawk doing tours in Australia and New Zealand. No problem for him though, because he speaks both Aussie and Kiwi fluently. He's not very good at English though. Like all Kiwis, he's a keen rugby fan and he also loves Formula 1. He's in his 2nd year on the team this year. The pilot's now flying swan formation as they run into Swan to Fred Loop. Fred there. Now Fred is a Royal formation name, but it's sort of a feathered arrow. We don't just name it after a boy called Fred.